Hey Helen, I just wanted to show you quickly some basic stuff in WordPress. So if you want to get in here and edit any of the pages, like simple words, sentences, stuff like that, you can do that. So what you'll do is you'll go to the URL that I sent in an email, and then the username and password. Just type that in and then push login. Alright, so whenever you log in, this is the dashboard. You can pretty much just safely ignore all of this. Normally what you want to do is you want to go to pages and all pages. Then it will bring up a list of pages which then you can edit. Just by hovering over them, you'll see edit, quick edit, trash view. Quick edit just brings up a little box like if you just want to change the name of the page or the date that it was published, stuff like that. Edit is traditionally what you want to do. Alright, so once it loads, this is what you'll see in the back end. So it's all broken up into columns and then elements within that column. So you can move any of these around along the page just by drag and drop. So if you just want to move the picture from up here to down here or something like that. A lot of the time what you'll find on pages, well, with your website, you definitely will find a lot of image frames. So any element that you want to edit is always this little pen marker right here. It's the same thing with the columns and stuff. You really don't have to worry about that unless you really want to get more into kind of changing the layout or something like that. But so an image frame, traditionally this will give you kind of the options. To replace this image with another one, you'd click remove, and then it would be, well, I can just show you. And then it would be replaced with an upload image button. This is, I might as well run through this quickly. So anytime that you're uploading an image, it will look similar to this layout here. Let me open up your folder. I could just drop something in there quick. So you can drag and drop files. There's also a way to, over here on this top tab, there's upload files. So if you want to do the traditional, like you'd browse for the file and then upload it that way, if drag and drop isn't working for some reason, so there's two ways to do it. I do have a plugin that optimizes the images, so it'll compress them a little bit more so they don't take as much time to load for each user. So there you go. On Howard's server, what just happened over here was an HTTP error. Ever since we moved Howard's server, his servers had random issues with HTTP errors. So that's just a hosting thing. But anyway, so once you upload the picture, you can select whatever you want to put in there. You can change the name. The caption would be wording underneath the picture. The alt text is just for SEO, and same with the description. So once you pick your picture, all you have to do is click insert into page, and then it would populate right here. There's a bunch of options in each of the things besides text blocks, which I'm going to get to next because that's mostly what you're going to see in here. But if you just wanted to do something like add a glow shadow, bottom shadow, whenever people hover over it, zoom in and out, all that kind of stuff, you can just select them. You can even pick the color. And once you picked your options that you wanted, you just hit save. I'm going to hit cancel so I don't update any changes on the page. For the most part, you will see title elements, which is this one, the show with Richard Carpenter's Blessing. So all you do is you come in here, you just change the wording however you want. On your screen, if the extra buttons aren't enabled, you'll want to click this. which is the toolbar toggle, which will bring down the second toolbar. But for the most part, it's pretty similar to like a very basic Word program. So you type anything in here that you want. You can bold, italic, and center, block quotes, numbered list, all that kind of stuff. So pretty simple stuff. I will say, if you do come in here and edit, please don't change the CSS class and CSS ID if you see them populated. I didn't populate most of them, but if they are populated, that tells them what rule to pull out of the CSS. None of that stuff is important to you. Besides, please don't delete it. Okay, so then here's a text block right below it. It works the same exact way. Pretty basic text editor. You can change anything you want in there. We might as well cover links really quick. So if you wanted to link this word superstar to that was a typo. If you want to link this word superstar to anything inside of the website, you'd click this little link button. And then in here, you can either directly type the URL, which would be something like that. Besides that, if you just want to search for a page that's already in your site, just type in the show, and then it will populate the list of any pages or posts or anything like that you have. So then you could just click that. To open it up in a new tab, you click here. You can change the link text here and see a list of all the pages. Let me make sure. Okay, so these YouTube elements, it pretty much tells you what to do right here, the video ID. If you want to change these ever, for example, the video ID of this YouTube URL, you're mostly just copying after watch $v equals. So just like it says here, and that's all that you'd put into that block. That's it. So if you want to update any of those at any time. If you want to add anything new, what you'd normally do, it depends where you want to add it. So if you want to add it just under this text block, if you want to add another text block, you can do that just by simply adding an element, and then it will bring up this this list. These are all the available elements for this theme. So they all do different things. I guess it'd kind of just be better to cover them as you need them. I mean, they're all fairly self-explanatory, at least to me, anyways. I feel like they're fairly intuitive, though. So, if you want to put flip boxes in, you can set how many numbers of columns, whatever you want inside of the flip box. Like it says, front flip box front side heading, go there, back side heading. Frontside content, and then the backside content would actually be where the content is. A good example of this is Flipbox's on Howard's site. He has 4 of them on his homepage. Whenever you hover over them, the box and image flip over, and then you can read more on the other side. So that's pretty much what that is. To add multiples to them, you just click, plus Flipbox. A lot of the elements will work very similar to the 2 that I just showed you. So in general, kind of if you just kind of follow what it actually says in the editor, I feel like you really can't mess things up too bad. So I will also send you a full website backup, which is all the website files in the SQL database, so you have that. And I think for the most part, that pretty much covers it in terms of what you're going to be doing in here. If you hit an obstacle, like you're trying to change something and you have no idea where it is, I can normally just screenshot it and show you what to click and how to do it pretty quickly, an email or anything like that. So if you have any more questions, just give me a call, let me know. or send me an email. One more thing I do want to show you. Up here at the top bar is it's kind of like the control bar for WordPress. So if you just hover over this, you can visit the site. If you're editing the page and you want to open it up in a new tab, what you'd want to do is I always just right click and open new tab, or control click, and it will do it. And then you can actually see the page itself. What is nice is once you're signed in, if you're just browsing the site, like you can already see up here, you can just edit the page directly from the front end. So, you know, and that's always going to be up there if you're signed in. So here's presenter benefits. I just clicked edit page, and then there it is. So there's kind of the build out. Hopefully that should cover it. I was just trying to do, you know, a quick overall so you can kind of get a feel for it. Yeah, I'll just end it there. Just let me know if you need anything else. All right, thanks, Helen.